Biafra level, my man. Oh yes, so run no get one of us nana. Biafra level, my man. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, Momo. The spirit of Biafra is upon me. That is why I am offering this song to our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa in Urobo dialect and Isoko. Mazina de Kano, Lucky Star is sinking, I'm sinking, Ekpa. Amorotomo agbada bururu. Amorotomo agbada bururu. Excellency Simon Ekpa. Nieruwe yo withowe salo. Puro Mistoko with the sendo. Freedom you brought to do well for us. Puro Bisoko with the Sedo. No. Amorutamo Agbada Guru. DM Simon Joe. You have done so much for us. I am shedding tears of joy. Your tithe cannot be seen easily. I search around the whole world, the greatest freedom fighter. We, the Robo and Isuku, we appreciate you awesome. Worry sister, say you are so good, you are so wonderful. Clara Dimu say you are so good. Amorutamo Agbada. Helen Peter say you are so good. That is the truth. Patricia Robo say you are so good. Amorutamo Agbada. Bisoko with the Sedo. What a wonderful man. The good guy. It's only the food that we eat. And I know those who are sitting at the fence in this Biafra struggle, they will not learn. Maybe they will learn in the grave. Urobisoko with the Sedo. The freedom you brought to do well for us. Worry sister say you are so good. Urobisoko with the Sedo. Clara Dim say you are so good. Anna Wabada Guru. Amarotomo Agbada Guru. Amarotomo Agbada Guru. Urobisoko with the Sedo. Urobisoko with throw a salute. Even Lucky Star, it is Sedo. You do well, it is Sedo. Brgie said, you do well, we salute you, we throw a salute. Patricia Urobo say you are so good, you are so good. Amorotomo Agbada Guru. I am in tears of joy, For your good work cannot be quantified. Oh, Amorotomo Agbada Guru. Ewo, Kisoko Bidise.
Those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb were born. You do this very well. You must be very, very strong.
When the Boroku, Nijimwero Mekumu Biafra. When the Siputa, Makamwero Mekanyinaga. Biko Kulien, Okeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Okeruo. Oh, when the Boroku, Makamwero Wangi. Oh, when the Buruchekwa, Makamwero Wewu Biafra. Biko Kulien, Okeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Okeruo. The spirit of Biafra, Biko Kulien, Okeruo. When the Biafra Gideon, Biko Kulien, Okeruo. Ohamadike nona donjon, Mugekweki Eremeyae. Bodike, Mosike Rura Jogadike. Biko Kulien, Okeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Okeruo. The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in SI, Master Simon Ekpa, it wants to smooth the street Gabani Naibu. Never got it on my Ebudo. Or Guinea. Master Simon Ekpa, Emesu Wokwere, Onyendu. Iye Jamalike, Imapa Simon Ekpa Wuchie. Iye Jamalike, Simon Ekpa Watakatapo. Ojuda Kwenyi, Mwikwere Onyendu Kine Betata. I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back. I will follow you, Prime Minister Veronye, Aniga Manuga, I will follow you, Anina, I will follow you, I will follow you, The question is this: if Nigerian government failed to organize a referendum for children of Biafra, are you ready to lead us to do anything in order to get freedom from Biafra? And I'm going to be number one to follow you. If you're looking for 100 men, you will find 50 in me. Ogwe Kucharangui, Master Simon Ekpa, or Guinea. Master Simon Ekpa, Biko, GC, Gaga, Nogu, Atakata, Kaina, Ojuda, Uwe, Kwipolonyendu, Kine, Menata. I am 50 men, oh yes, and I said, Ross, I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back, I will follow you, for Prime Minister Veronye, and you got one who got I will follow you, and I will follow you, I will follow you, for Simon Veronye. Oh, Madike Biafra, Dahi Boroka Biarole. Iye Jamadike, Biafra Republic Government Awuchie. Iye Jamadike, Commander General Lekweshiri. General Buduso, Suna Atakata War. Commander Holy Ghost, Ogo
tata. Biko kulie nuo, oge nuo. Biko kulie, iye jama ike oge nuo. Biko kulie nuo, iye jama ike oge nuo.
Maka Biafra, we're putara anyị onye ndu, Simon Ekpa,
Witness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy on us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on this morning program. I welcome every one of you that have connected to this program wherever you are connecting from. I thank you for being part of the program. I thank you for joining us. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your cooperation. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. If you have not yet subscribed to this very channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. If you have not yet followed, I don't know what you're waiting for. If you are joining us from TikTok, please tap the screen and share the broadcast. If you are watching from Facebook, equally like the program and share to all platforms. And if you are watching us on YouTube, David Herbert channel, which is where we are holding this very program, like and share. Very important. I welcome everyone that has connected to us this morning. I appreciate every one of you. I welcome my beloved brother, Jack Achok. Thank you for joining. David Onyemechi, thank you for joining. Irene Ehi, thank you for joining. OC Inc., thank you for joining. Koroma Gale, thank you for joining. Gabriel Isaac, thank you for joining. Daniel Chika, thank you for joining, Daniel. Frank Iwunze, thank you for joining. Ezine Perpetua, thank you for joining. Daniel Chisum Obonna, my beloved brother, thank you for joining. Jerry Mwibo, thank you for joining. Theodora Angolika Obi, thank you so much for joining, my sister Theodora. Chika Chivo, thank you for joining. Sonny, my dear, thank you so much for joining. Joshua Mwoku, thank you for joining. Benjamin Chikobi, thank you for joining. Every one of you that has connected to this program, you are special. Whether I mention your name or not, you are special. Danny Daniels, I can see you on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining. Wherever you are connected to us from, I welcome you. I appreciate your presence in this very program today. My fellow Biafrans, for the sake of those that are joining us for the very first time, as always, this platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the Biafran government. A platform under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the supreme command of our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nandeka. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We do not come here to attack any person or individual. We don't come here to attack any race or religion. No. What we do in this platform is to present the case of Biafra before the whole world. To expose the evil that is going on in Biafra land as we speak. We come online here to talk about the situation of things, the true situation of things in Biafra land and in Nigeria as a whole. Biafra land is in a state of war, but nobody seems to be reporting what is going on. The government of Nigeria is committing genocide in Biafra land. A war that has started since 1967 has not ended up to date. After a long cry, after a long protest, after a long petition, the Biafran people have decided that enough is enough. From the moment the supreme leader of IPOB, Mazi Nandeka, was kidnapped from Kenya, extraordinary rendition to Nigeria against international law after torturing him for 8 days. They pushed Mazi Nandeka through their criminal court. Even in their criminal court system, Mazi Nandeka defeated them. Judges in the zoo pronounced Mazi Nandeka innocent and ordered the government to pay him compensation. One of the courts said that no court in Nigeria has the right to try Mazi Nandeka until they explain the situation. Until the government explain the situation surrounding his kidnapping from Kenya. That explanation has not been done up to this minute. But they have continued to hold Mazi Nandeka and refuse to let go against their own court order. Recently, they have stopped his lawyers from visiting him. The lawyers of Mazi Nandeka could not have access to him since the last time he appeared in court more than a month now. Nobody has set his eyes on him. the court of the zoo said that Mazen Nandekano is entitled to visit 3 good times every week. That is the order of the court. That Mazen Nandekano should be given access to his lawyers. He has access to his visitors 3 times in a week. It was stated clear. The judgment is still there. The order is still there. You can search it online. You're going to see it. But the Zoological Republic government have violated all this law. And they continue to perpetrate their terrorist act against Mazen Nandekano, against the Biafrans, and they have abused all his rights, stripped him of every right that he has. This is why we said enough is enough. The quest for self-determination is the right cause. It is the right of every human being to decide where to be, how to be, and what to be. Self-determination is the right of every human being living on the planet Earth. This right is supported by international law. This right is also supported by African Human and People's Rights Law. Surprisingly, this very right is also supported by the Nigerian government itself. But because of the agenda of the caliphate, because of the hatred against the Biafrans, because of the intimidation against the Biafrans, they have refused to obey their own law. The self-determination quest for Biafrans have been termed criminal. And that is why today they are holding Mazen Nandekano. That is why they have mapped out everybody that talks about the restoration of Biafra as an enemy. That is why the homes of Biafrans are destroyed. That is why genocide is committed in Biafra land as we speak. Simply because we are standing our right, asking for that which is our right, self-determination. It is sad that nobody is paying attention to what is going on in Biafran territory. The international communities are not paying attention. Everybody is going about their businesses as if it's business as usual. It is not. As you are watching this program, I urge you to help and share to all platforms. We never can tell who will come across this program. And if you are a journalist and you come across this very video, if you're a journalist, investigative journalist, I urge you to come down to Biafra land and see things for yourself. What is going on in Biafra land is terrible. So many things that we cannot be able to put up on the social media. The only place you can have some mild and little information is on the platform of our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, on X. Once you go to X, type Simon Ekpa, the verified account, you are going to see evidence on picture, video, audio, on write-ups that is going to blow your mind. We urge every investigative journalist that cares about humanity to go down to Biafra land and see things for themselves. We cannot continue to pretend that all is well. All is not well. The situation is so serious that we can no longer be silent. And that is why today, under the command of our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, our Prime Minister, we entered into the restoration of Biafra. In this agenda to restore Biafra, it is no going back. Just like our Supreme Leader always said, we have crossed the Rubicon and there is no going back. It is either Biafra or Biafra. If anybody thinks in any way, in any manner, that you are going to distract us with anything apart from the freedom of Biafran people, you are wasting your time. The government of Biafra have done everything they have to do. Before we got here, we started from a very long way of evangelism. We have provided evidence on picture, video, audio. We have written to all the necessary organizations that have to be written to, including the United Nations. They are all aware of the situation in Biafra land. But it is clear that none of them is ready to do anything. None of them is ready to take any action. It is clear that our life is in our own hand, and only us can save ourselves. With this very knowledge and understanding, we have decided to take our fate in our own hand. That is why, under the government of Biafra, Biafra land will be defended. And the process to restore the independent state of Biafra is what we are on today. When we speak about Biafra, I want you to get it into your head that the Biafra we are talking about is a country that have existed in the past, fought war for 3 years, recognized by other countries of the world before it was taken over by the contraption called Nigeria. Not just by themselves, fought against by the world powers with the British, the French, the Russians, to an extent the United States, before they pulled out. Biafra was captured and handed over to Nigeria to continue to manipulate and make way for the colonial masters to continue to steal the resources in that land free. That has continued. The manipulation was so much that the contract of Nigeria was between the Caliphate, the Fulanis, and the British. The British were interested in resources of the Biafrans, while the Caliphate was interested in the land. They reached the agreement for the Caliphate to own the land while they take the resources. The Caliphate provided the foot soldiers, and today they have continued to hold the Biafran ransom for many years, since 1967 up to today. Even before then, before the Civil War. The agreement to form Nigeria was not reached with the Biafran people. We never signed any paper anywhere. When the handover of Nigeria was done, the Biafrans were not there. Even though Biafrans were in the forefront of demanding for the independence of that very territory. When the territory was handed over, they were not there. They were not in the picture. It was done in their absence. And from that on time till now, the Caliphate have claimed leadership. They have claimed that they have the right to choose whoever they want to be in leadership, and it has been so. The wickedness in the contraption called Nigeria cannot stop and cannot be controlled except by ending it. I want to make it clear for other indigenous tribes that are in Nigeria, those who think that Biafrans are their enemy, we are not your enemy. The quest for the restoration of Biafra is not against an individual. It's not against any person. It is against the instruments of oppression and slavery. We want to take ourselves away from slavery and have our freedom. How is that a problem? Why is it that some people, some individuals, some section of individuals are seeing Biafrans as a threat? When you mention Biafra, they get uncomfortable. Why? You have the right to be who you want to be. If you want to remain in Nigeria, you want to be in Nigeria, be it with yourself and those who want to be part of it. You can't force anybody to be part of such entity. As we speak, the evil in that zoo is unimaginable. Today, a lot of things is happening. We have had several news from the zoo. We have had different kinds of news and informations from the zoo. Information that will blow your mind. Information that are unbelievable. One of those informations is the takeover of one of the camps of the terrorists. The Zoological Republic Terrorist Army, one of their major camps, has been taken over by the terrorists, and they do not care. Their own media carried the news. I wasn't the one that reported the news. Their own media carried the news. And when this news broke out, we were expecting to see outrage. We were expecting to see outrage. But it is sad that, to the greatest surprise, people were still going about their business as if nothing happened. People were still going about their business as if nothing happened. We woke up and we had a news. It is not a made-up story. It is something that has happened that is supposed to cause an outrage all over the country. But people went about their businesses as if nothing was going on. It is sad and shameful. But we must talk about it. How can the terrorists take over a military base and nobody cares? And people are going about their businesses, they do not care. Where did you see such happen? Ever happened? Which responsible country will see such and be silent about it? Only Nigeria. Only Nigeria. But what do you see? They are busy sending military men to Biafra land. They are busy sending tanks to Biafra land. They are busy chasing Biafrans who are asking for self-determination. They pretend they don't know what is going on in the north. How can you call such a country a place where terrorists took over a camp? Which country in this world will see such and be silent about it? Where have you ever seen such? Only in Nigeria. It is sad. Very, very sad situation. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, you must begin to prepare yourself for this journey to exit the zoo. That is the only option that we have. That is the only way to go. There is no other way to go except exit from the contraption called Nigeria. You must align yourself with the Biafran government. If you are truly a Biafran, even if you are not a Biafran, if you genuinely want freedom, the solution is here before you. It's left for you to either embrace it or forget about it. Of course, we will not force you against your will. The only thing we owe you is to let you know things that will happen when they have not yet happened. The choice is yours to make. Either to free yourself or not. I have never seen a country where this will happen and there will be no outrage. I have never seen. Only in Nigeria. Wherever you are as a Biafran, you must sit up and you must know that the time has come for us to go home. The only thing you need to do today, the only thing you owe yourself is to stand up for what is right. If you refuse to stand up for what is right, it might be too late by the time you wake up. Make haste while the sun shines. My fellow Biafrans, every one of us, we must continue to pay attention to the time that we are in. Every one of us must continue to be focused. Don't get distracted at all. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. When the Biafrans are asking for exit, we are not asking for exit out of pride, out of hatred, out of wickedness. We are asking for exit from Nigeria to save life. How could you hear that bandits took over military training camp in Niger State? It made a headline that bandits, and the funniest thing is that the way they give this full name, they call them bandits. These are terrorists. The terrorists, but because the government of Nigeria is a terrorist government, they do not want to use that name, terrorist, for them. They baptize them to be bandits. Do you know what bandit is? Go and check the meaning of bandits. Every one of us watching, go to your dictionary and check the meaning of bandit. When you check the meaning of bandits, and now you tell me, how can bandits take over military training camp, one of the biggest military training camp in Niger State? Ordinary bandits. What is the meaning of bandits? Check it by yourself. Go to your Google and type and check the meaning of bandits. When you check the meaning of bandits and you relate it to this news that bandits took over military training, you will now come to realize that the government of Nigeria is intentionally lying to you. These are well-trained terrorists. The same Boko Haram that you know. It is the same Nigerian government that have given them baptismal name from one name to the other. Today they call them herdsmen, today they call them bandits. Once they tilt in that direction and people begin to shout and cry, they baptize them again. These bandits were the same killer herdsmen, the fourth most dangerous terrorists in the world. when they were given that terrorist title and the world recognized them as a terrorist organization, the Nigerian government, which is a terrorist government, rebaptized them and called them bandits. They rebaptized them and called them bandits. And today, these people they call ragtag bandits, they took over military training camp in Niger, one of the biggest military training camp in Niger State. They took it over. And there is no outrage. People are still going about as if it is business as usual. If you are not worried, we the Biafrans are worried. And that's why we cannot sit back and continue to watch this evil. And I thank Chukwu Okike that the whole world is watching. The Biafran government has taken the awareness to the highest level. Today, it is not just coming online to talk. We come online to educate Biafrans. We come online to talk to those who are still sleeping. But I bet you, the international community is paying attention to what is happening in the Zoological Republic. And that is our joy. The Biafran government is taking the awareness to the highest level. That is why many important personalities like Tobo Negi is writing and saying, a well-known man, one of the decision makers and opinion molders, he said, Tobo Negi, he said, only in Nigeria can bandits take over nation's largest military training facility. Anywhere else in the world, this will be obvious fake news. But in Nigeria, even the most absurd, outrageous is possible. When will nation get decent government? That time will never come. Nigeria will never have a decent government. The person that wrote this thing I'm reading now is Tobo Negi, one of the opinion molders in the United States. He said, only in Nigeria can bandits take over the nation's largest military training facility. Anywhere else in the world, this will be obviously fake news. Exactly. But in Nigeria, even the most absurd and outrageous is possible. When will nation get decent government? We are not waiting for that nonsense. That is why Biafrans are moving on, because we know that time will never come. That time will never come. It is going to get worse. If somebody have told you in your dream that a government is going to come that will be worse than late Muhammad Buhari, will you ever agree? Will you agree that a government will come that will be worse than late Muhammad Buhari? It is sad. It is really, really sad. We have come to a situation where people are now losing their senses. You see people today aligning with evil. The world have come to a stage where good and evil are standing side by side. And you see people making choice to follow evil. But as for me and my family, the Biafran people, we have chosen to follow good. It does not matter what it will cost. At all costs, we are ready to pursue what is right and follow good to its end. The world has gotten to a stage where everyone has to make their choice what to follow. It is a war between good and evil everywhere. That is what we see today. When you hear the Biafran people shouting online, speaking and talking, some of you think we don't have jobs, we don't have things to do. That is why we keep ourselves busy. That is not true. Every single word we are speaking, every video we are making is to save Africa, is to save humanity. to create awareness and let people wake up, because evil have taken over the land. When the good men refuse to talk, the evil men will take over. As long as we still remain in that territory, we will not stop talking. And evil men will never, ever take over Biafra land. The responsibility to save Biafran people and to rescue Biafra land is in our hand. And we will do everything humanly possible to set Biafra free. And the time is now. It is not tomorrow. It is now. Before we proceed on this message, I want to play message from our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. These days, we are going to be revisiting his messages for you to remember where we are coming from, and for you to know that this Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa is building on the foundation led by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. There is nothing we are doing today that is different from what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu aspires to do. If Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was to be with us today, we will do even more. It is a shame that we even woke up and we saw people who claim to be with him today aligning with the politicians. Even when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu left enough information for you to know what to do, when to do, and how to do it. But yet, some people have chosen to follow evil. As I said before, it is a war between good and evil. It's left for you to make your choice. But the most important thing is that you must be responsible for whatever choice you make. Be prepared to be responsible for any choice you have made this time. Be prepared. Whatever choice you make, either good or bad, hit your chest and be responsible. I am going to be responsible for everything I say and everything I do, whatever decision I make. Likewise, you that is watching me, any place you're watching from, either TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, be prepared to take responsibility. Let us hear this message from the Supreme Leader of IPOB, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, one of his amazing messages.
They say I'm insulting them. No, I'm not insulting you. Most of you are not educated. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa.
I want you to pay attention to this very message of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. When we are talking about the disintegration of the zoological republic called Nigeria, this is one of the reasons we must disintegrate, because we are not the same people. I played a video where a British man was confessing that bringing the zoological, creating that contraption called Nigeria was a greatest mistake of their life. Bringing people of diverse ideas, people that don't have the same value system, you force them together. That is the greatest problem that I have created. And we are solving that problem, no matter how difficult it is. Today, the Biafran government, under the Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, is solving that problem. And I want you to hear Mazen Nnamdi Kanu what he has to say. One of the reasons why the zoo must disintegrate, we go back to base and begin to build who we are.
They say I'm insulting them. No, I'm not insulting you. Most of you are not educated. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. We always go back to our village where we were born, where our umbilical cord, how long, where it was buried. That's where we come from. That is why every Christmas, Easter, New Year festival, August meeting, you see us migrating back to where we come from. And I keep saying these things to Africans, they don't understand it. They don't understand it. Everywhere in Africa during Christmas, if you like, be in South Africa, if you like, let it be in Kenya, you let it be in Rwanda, everybody from the capital goes to the village. If you go to Accra, the same thing happens. This past Christmas, if you like, go to Cotonou, go to Yaoundé in Cameroon. Everybody living in the capital cities of Africa, they go back to their villages. They go back to their tribes where they come from. Do they do that in the Western world? During Christmas, these people migrating from, oh, I come from Florida, I'm going to Florida. No, you don't. Because people come from where they are born. We come from where our ancestors were born. That is the difference between black people in Africa and those from Europe and other parts of the world. We come from, so if you ask somebody, where do you come from? He or she will mention their village. That is what makes us Africans. Very, very unique. If you destroy that, you're finished as a people. In Africa, we are tribal. First and foremost, we belong to our tribe where we come from. That is why our people need to appreciate this. Very, very critical. That Africa is restructured to recognize where people come from. All these artificial creations by Europeans, Nigeria, this and that, all that rubbish. That is why you can never ever make any progress for the next 6 billion years. You can never ever make any progress in the zoo. Why is it, if we are not tribal, why would a whole presidency come out, Fulani presidency come out and say, we are defending Fulani headsmen? A presidency of the whole of Nigeria, so to speak. It is because, by instinct, we are tribal beings in Africa. That is why Nigeria is unsustainable. That is why the man from Ishekiri has to vote to say, this is where I want to belong to. That is why referendum is the only way forward. That is why Africa is poor. Africans must recognize that this is who we are. You cannot live in Lagos if you're an Igbo man during Christmas and start traveling to Sokoto. It's impossible. You must go to Igbo land. You must. That's where you come from. And if they ask you, oh, but you were born in Lagos, you will say, no, that's where my parents come from. They ask your parents will say, that's where my parents come from. They will keep going back until they get to perhaps the 100th generation. That is who we are. And nobody can change it. We are not born on the streets. Some people were born along Ijora or Kota Highway in Lagos. Maybe they are from Urobo. You ask them, where are you from? They say, I'm from Urobo. But I was born in, but this is where I come from. That is who we are. That is why all these useless, idiotic countries created in Africa cannot survive. It can never ever survive. And how do we stop it? Only a revolution can stop it. Only a revolution. If you like, keep postponing it. If you like, keep putting it off forever and ever. Only a revolution can solve this very problem, because under a revolution, the powers that be, those that be making your life a misery, will be overthrown. Nobody will say it's a coup anymore. It is called popular.
You have heard this message from our Supreme Leader, Mazen Nandika. It's a very strong message that he preached very long time ago. Reasons why the zoo must end. You heard him clearly. We are tribal beasts by nature, and there's no doubt about it. We know whom we are. You cannot create a country between people who have diverse value. You can't. People will always return to whom they are. The Biafrans know whom they are. The Arewas know whom they are. The Oduduwa people know whom they are. And that is why in one of my programs I say here, you cannot have a Nigerian president, because Nigeria doesn't exist. There is nobody that is a Nigerian. Just like when they tell you patriotic Nigeria, there is nobody that is a patriotic Nigerian. No single soul is patriotic in Nigeria. Nobody. Even if you want to look at it in another way around, you see the only place where you can find people who act as if they are Nigerians are the Biafrans. They are the Biafrans. They are the ones who act as if they are Nigerians, because in their establishments, in their expansion, they don't have a limit. They expand anywhere, they develop anywhere they go. But is it the same with other tribes? It is not the same. Give an Hausa man a land, come back the next 20 years, that land will be worse than it is when you give it to him. He's not going to make any effort to develop it. Give an Oduduwa man a land, he might even reject it, he won't even accept it from you. Because he doesn't know what to do, or probably he wouldn't be comfortable developing that land somewhere else. And this is a fact that everybody must always carry. That we are different people. We are different. There is nobody that is in Nigeria. including this Fulani. The Fulani knows that they are not Nigerians. They are not. The Fulani knows they are not. That is why a Fulani man, a president, will come and open the border and say all the Fulanis across Sahel in West Africa, they should all assemble in Nigeria. He can only do that because he doesn't believe in your so-called Nigeria. We saw a video where a man, a governor in the north, came out and said that Fulanis are just Fulani. They don't. Let me see if I can find the video. Where a governor said that Fulanis are just Fulanis. That is their identity. They don't even care about your own Nigeria. But today you see people defending Nigeria. A governor from the north said it in an interview in the national TV that Fulanis are just Fulanis. They are not Nigerians. You see, that is why some informations are very important. You know, when they say certain things, they forget. But we will not forget. We keep it on the rainy day. We will throw it at your face and show you. A governor in the north said that Fulanis are, that the identity is Fulanis, not Nigeria. The identity is Fulani, not Nigeria. That was why a Fulani president opened the border and said everybody can come in. And yet they will come and tell you they are defending one Nigeria. And yet they will come and tell you Nigeria is not negotiable. And yet they will come and tell you that they fought a war to keep Nigeria one. They fought a war to keep Nigeria. But a Fulani governor is telling you that a Fulani man is not a Nigerian. They don't have an identity, that their identity is Fulani. And yet some people are defending this entity, criminal entity, that is not meant to be. Do you blame them? Just like our Supreme Leader said, that we are tribal peace by nature. People will return back to whom they are. A Fulani man knows that he's a Fulani man. It doesn't matter what. An Hausa man knows he's an Hausa man. A Yoruba man knows he's an Hausa man. Igbo man knows he's an Igbo man. Igbo man with his brothers in the whole Southeast area, they know themselves. And that is why in Biafra, we are creating a government system where every people, according to their area, will manage themselves. That is why that foundation has been led. When you hear that Biafra have 40 states of Biafra, those states of Biafra were created by Biafran people themselves, according to their understanding, according to their way of life, according to their tongues. 40 states of Biafra. And each of them is viable on their own. They will manage their environment, treat themselves the way they want to treat themselves, and grow at their own space, in their own speed. Federalism, a system where people can manage themselves. That is what we want to create in Biafra. But you see people dying for something that is nobody called a Nigerian, and there's nobody patriotic to it, including Obasanjo, Buhari, and so all those military generals. We are only forcing themselves, including Gowon, who say he fought to keep Nigeria one. Nigeria can never ever be one, has never ever. Even their founding father said it that they are not one. But yet you see some idiots coming to tell you that it's not negotiable, including one fool that came last time, Kenneth Okonkwo, that he's standing for one Nigeria. I want to show you what a governor said. I want to play a video of what a governor said. Pay attention to what a governor in the northern Nigeria said on national TV, that Fulanis, their identity is Fulani. Watch it.
To cultivate that culture in our people, while at the same time bringing the Fulanis in one fold and try to arrest their traditional practice of moving from one place to the other. And that is very big, an uphill task. But I think we can communicate with them more, because to them they don't have borders from Cameroon to Nigeria.
But that's the thing, Your Excellency. How do we ensure that those who will be participating in this federal government largely funded program will be Nigerians?
In terms of the funding?
No, in terms of the
operations.
Operations. You said to bring in the Fulanis together. We have Fulanis from other countries.
The issue
as well.
of misconception, I see there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man. And as a person, I may have my...
Did you hear it? His nationality is just a Fulani man. A governor is saying this. that the nationality of Fulani people is just a Fulani man. They move from Gambia, from Mauritania, from everywhere. Their nationality is Fulani, not Nigeria. A governor is saying this on a national TV. Did you hear him? I am going to play the full interview so that you can see. For some of you that are sleeping, thinking that you have a country, you have no country anywhere. There is no country called Nigeria. What you have is a terrorist organization that is put together to keep you on check and continue to exploit you. That is what you have. I want to play this very video again in full. Listen carefully. For those of you who are deceiving themselves, listen carefully.
To cultivate that culture in our people, while at the same time bringing the Fulanis in one fold and try to arrest their traditional practice of moving from one place to the other. And that is very big, an uphill task. But I think we can communicate with them more, because to them they don't have borders from Cameroon to Nigeria.
But that's the thing, Your Excellency. How do we ensure that those who will be participating in this federal government largely funded program will be Nigerians?
In terms of the funding?
No, in terms of
the operations.
Operations. You said to bring in the Fulanis together. We have Fulanis from other countries.
The issue
as well.
of misconception, I said there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man. And as a person, I may have my relations in the Cameroon, but they are also Fulani men. I have relations because from the maternal side, I'm a Fulani man. And that is why we want to educate people. A Fulani man sees himself as a Bayelsan, as somebody coming from the Niger Delta, because he speaks the Niger Delta language, which you and I don't. And of course, we would have to just take this as part of our own heritage, something that is African, and that we cannot just close the border and say the Fulani man is just a Nigerian or this. No. In most cases, the crises are precipitated by those outside Nigeria. When there is a reprisal, it is not the Fulani man within Nigeria that causes it. It is that culture of getting revenge, which is embedded in the tradition of the Fulani man, that attracts reprisal from all over the world.
If I understand it, does that mean that those Fulani men who are maybe domiciled in other countries who move around, they can come into the country and this plan will accommodate them as well?
Yes, that's what we want to do. But it has to be done through sensitization, telling them you have to buy in the project, and you use the language, the culture itself to be able to convince them, away from the mistrust where the whole system of transhumance or pastoralism is criminalized. Criminalization of pastoralism is the problem that we have with this project, and it requires people with passion who understand them and who they believe in, people like us from that part of the country, to say yes, we have this. Because today there is no limit to the accusation that this and that has happened and it is the Fulani man who caused it. There is no tribe that is not that you don't have this criminality in, but certainly the way and manner we do it is really exacerbating the crisis and the problems.
Will there be any form of documentation of all the people that will be,
yes, we are
within that?
Oh yes, that is going to give Nigeria the opportunity to really have the best in terms of documentation in the demographics, because as I said, the Fulani man settles anywhere he can feed his cattle. And so if they are put in one place and they are made to understand that this is to save them and their animals, they are exposed to the vagaries of the forest and what is going on, cattle rustling, killings and what have you, and that's why it is important for them to understand that staying in one place is good. And of course, in terms of the best practice of carrying the meat, the cows and the lorries.
Let's stay with that security angle for a bit. Is there going to be, this plan going to be a fenced enclosure where anyone who comes in is secured, so there is no one that can just come in from anywhere else.
No. It is going to be a colony, and a colony does not require a fence.
You will understand
it is not going
the reason,
to be a prison.
You will understand the reason why people are concerned, because of all the security issues that have been happening over time. So if that's...
These forests are there anyway. If you don't occupy them and create a colony out of them, they create places for the criminals. And today, that's why you have the Sambisa forest, because it is not being utilized.
But Your Excellency, much as yes, I mean, they are fantastic. We have met a lot of them who are Fulanis as well. But the concern too is, why should federal government use resources for this country to accommodate Fulani men who are not Nigerians?
You see, as I said, we are already accommodating them. Do you delineate and then really know who is not a Fulani man from Nigeria? They are all Nigerians, because I said their identity, their own citizenship is Nigerian, even though we have relations all over the world, all over Africa. And so, presumably they are Nigerians. I think you get me. That is the misunderstanding. They move from one place to the other, and they have relations, kith and kins in all the parts of the country, and even outside the country. So that is why our own population is fluid. You can certainly not say this is the population of Nigeria.
So these issues was raised these same issues were raised in NEC, and NEC admitted and accommodated all of these concerns and said, yes, we will do this.
All these issues, there were some, you see, when decisions are taken, you don't give a dissenting view. It is a decision that it should be done, and state will look at its peculiarities and what it wishes. For some of us, we think it's a very good thing. We can even say we will accommodate all the Fulanis in Bauchi if you want, and then we'll be taking their meat and their products to you, and then we'll make a lot of money.
Okay, to your 100 days.
Yes, but
time is flying.
No. Let's just transit, maybe a little smoothly. How will this plan help the Bauchi meat factory?
Thank you very much. We have a Bauchi meat factory that has become comatose. We had stores and we have facilities all over the country to Lagos and Port Harcourt, but it was abandoned. And we believe we have ranches that were owned by the government. That's why I said the private sector must come. And then, of course, all the facilities, water, and the new grass that we are trying to develop using the Chinese technology, that it doesn't die, and then it boosts the protein content of the animals. So we believe Bauchi Meat Factory can serve the protein needs of the country by really preparing the meat and all the T-bones and whatever steak and that we can send to the hotels and so on and so forth. And then, of course, the animals are there. The Fulani man will know that he is getting value for money for his products. The only problem is the issue of making sure there is grass. Once the place dries in...
My fellow Biafrans, this kind of, when you see this kind of videos, what comes on your head? Why would any sensible person hear a governor of a state? This man you are seeing here contested for president. This man you saw here contested for president. He was the governor of Bauchi State, former governor of Bauchi State. When you see a governor making this kind of speech, telling you that the identity of Fulanis is Fulani. Any place they are Fulanis. And when he was asked, when he was confronted and said, how can you use the money that belongs to your Nigeria to serve people who are not citizens because they are Fulanis? He now begins to say that their identity is also Nigeria. As long as they have relations in Nigeria, they are also Nigerians. You can invest on them. Now you see what our supreme leader said on that video, that we are tribal peace by nature. Africans are tribal peace by nature. Even though these Fulanis, I don't know where they come from. People will always return to whom they are. This is why the zoo must be disintegrated. When you disintegrate the zoo, idiots like this will no longer open borders for foreigners to come. When you disintegrate the zoo, the people in the southeast will close their border and protect it. The people in the southwest will close their border and protect it. The people in the northern border, the Hausa people, will begin to be serious about saving themselves from this idiot called Fulanis. And these Fulanis who claim to be Nigerians and they have their brothers in Mauritania, in wherever, I don't know, in heaven and wherever, I don't know, they will go back to wherever they come from. They have where they come from. They will go back to Futajelon, where they come from. Just like Mazen Nanigano said, that people return to where they come from. That is why in every celebration, whether be it Christmas or whether be it Salah celebration, or you see people returning back to where they come from. In every African country, people return back to where they come from. In celebration, they go back and celebrate where they come from. And wherever they are, you ask them, where are you coming? They will tell you where they come from. No matter where they want them, they will tell you, look at where they come from. That is who we are. And the earlier we understand this, the better for all of us. If we continue to embrace this idea of being together with people that do not have the same value system with us, what you are going to see is what you are seeing today, the takeover of a military camp of a government, a military camp of a country taken over by the terrorists, and nobody is saying anything. What you are going to see is some certain group of people recruiting the terrorists into the military. What you are going to see is your fellow man you are serving with in the military shooting you from the back in a war front. Only because he wants to protect his religion. He wants to protect his identity. He wants to protect his own people. What you are going to see is chaos. What is going to produce is the kind of government you have in Nigeria today, a terrorist government that supports everything that is against the masses. I said it earlier. Nigeria has never ever produced a president. They have never ever campaigned for a president. What you hear is a Yoruba president, Igbo president, Hausa president, Fulani president. And they campaign with it at any point in time. And when they come in, they act it. Why is it so? It is because we are not one, and we can never ever. Today you have a Southwest man in Asrock. Now you see the shape of Asrock have changed. The attitude of people there have changed. Their behavior have changed. They are favoring the Obilu. You go to all the elected officers and officials, they are all from the Southwest. You bring an Hausa man, he will elect all the people there from the northern part of Nigeria. The only people that have not played this game is the people from the southeast, the Biafrans. The few times they have come in the position of power, they surrounded themselves with everybody from that region. Agui Rosi that lasted for some few months or whatever, surrounded himself with people from the north and the southwest. His closest ally was from the southwest. Dr. Nandiazikiwe, that you know, is a one Nigerianist, and he surrounded himself from people from other angle. But check every other person, they have always campaigned for tribal issue. Finally, we have come to resolve that we cannot continue to build something that cannot stand. That is why, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, it is Biafra first. We don't care. This is not the time to make anybody happy. It is not the time to make somebody love us. It is not the time for somebody to say, oh, I'm not going to talk about Biafra. So they will, if you want to hate me, start it now. If you have not started, please go and wear your cloth of hatred, because I'm going to speak more. Until we are free. If you don't want to speak with me, you don't want to be allied with me, you don't want to do business with me because I'm talking about my nation, don't even wait till tomorrow. Start now. Every ties you have with me, sever it, remove it. We are tribal peace by nature. Our Supreme Amazon Nanikan made it. And you cannot create a country without people that have diverse value. Our value system with the people in the north is not the same, will never be the same. When you hear a governor speaking in this manner, that should make you tremble. When you hear a governor speaking in this manner, that should make it will make you shiver that you are in the wrong place. When I say it, nobody is a Nigerian. Nobody is loyal to Nigeria. Nobody is patriotic to Nigeria, including Muhammad Buhari, including Gowon, including Obasanjo. They are not patriotic to your so-called Nigeria. They are only about their own region and their tribe. the idiot Gowon, told you that he fought a war to keep Nigeria one. After how many years is Nigeria one? Never. It has even been more divided than ever. Go to social media, you go to TikTok, you go to Facebook, you will see attack. It is an Igbo this, Igbo did this, Igbo did that, Igbo did that, Bidi did this, Bidi do that, Bidi do that. Nobody wants to align with each other. Nobody wants to align. The time has come. We have made a call for referendum for people to choose where they want to be, how they want to live, and what they want to be. You have refused. The Biafran people, under the command of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, in the new dimension, have taken it upon themselves, and we conducted a self-referendum. On that self-referendum, which have been recognized today, which have been recognized by some international communities, even online, the Google, you're going to see recognition of the self-referendum. More than 50 million Biafrans voted. And that will tell you that the zoo has no data about the population of people in that zoo. Right from the onset. The British manipulated the population census. And even as we speak, nobody knows the population of the zoo. Nobody. Last time I shared an article from Cambridge University. The very first census that was conducted, the Igbos were the greatest and the highest population. The very first census that was conducted by the Cambridge University, when it was released, Igbos were the highest population. And is it difficult for you to agree with that? It is not difficult for you to agree because they themselves say it. They say in every place where you go in that contraption, in every state you go, after the indigenes of the state, the next highest population is the Igbos. That alone should tell you that the highest population you have in that very contraption is the Igbo people. They say it, but when you try to throw it at their face and bring the fact, they get angry. They feel intimidated. They feel oppressed. But shall we begin to run away from the truth to make you happy? We will not. They tell you that everywhere you go, I didn't say it, they say it. They say any place you go, you must see an Igbo man. And when you go to that place, after the indigenes of that very state, the next highest population is the Igbo people. How then do you relegate them to minority? How then do you teach them as people who don't have a population? It is not only in Nigeria that the Sahara area is much populated than the Savannah area. There is no part of the world where the desert is more populated than the Savannah. It has not happened only in Nigeria through the manipulation of the British and their lies. We have listened to this idiocy, to this lie for a long time, and we will not continue to listen to it. That is what today we are going back to whom we are. And it is not far. Our convention is coming up. December 29th. From November 29th to December 3rd. November 29th to December 3rd, our convention is coming up. During that convention, the final result of the self-referendum will be announced. And the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will be made on the 2nd of December. After then, we are going to defend our territory with everything in us, with every power in us, with every energy in us, and we are going to exit this entity called the Zoological Republic. We will no longer be part of it. If you want to be a Nigerian, good luck, go ahead. But for the Biafrans, we are walking away, and no human being will stop us from walking away. My fellow Biafrans, before we go further, let's go to these jingles and remind us of our activities.
Every day, you depend on you working up your man. So make a window to them. You win, you win, you win. You win, you win, you win. For Biafra. Raffle Pro. In Finland. In exile. Raffle Biafra Republic Government in exile present a fantastic raffle game. Biafra Freedom Raffle BFR is a raffle sales in support of Biafra Freedom, which will be drawn and prizes given at the declaration of the independent states of Biafra in Finland between November 29 to December 10, 2024. BFR is for everyone amazing. Raffle price is $20.
Total winning prize, $10,000. First prize, $5,000. Second prize, $3,000. Third prize, $2,000. For more information and to participate, click https://biafrarepublicgov.org/raffle. BFR is for 2 months only. Hurry up and buy Raffle says for Biafra freedom today. Buy for your children and grandchildren. Buy for your relatives, friends. Do your part now, because when we give all our needed support, God crowns us with Biafra we long for. Good luck and happy win, Raffle.
Every day, we need a friend go to go kick up your man. So make we win, oh, to them. You win, you win, you win, you win, you win, you win, you win.
You are all invited to the Aludo State de facto government in Homeland Fort fundraising. Purpose of the event, to support Finland Convention for Biafra Redeclaration. Date Friday 8 November 2024, time 7 p.m. Biafra land time, venue online via Zoom link. Mechuku Okike Abiyama bless you for yielding to this noble cause.
Oshekure Onana Otare e Biafra Takewe Iko Urobo Avisoko Takewe
Urobo me avovo we javani yanine ukule onigede o miragwa Simon Ekpa Ujoku Biafra le amleta na mane vie kede tane ki devola mane ko jola mane na Biafra o wono di o ire enere ombi ko kilomita gwa Simon Ekpa owo tane oyikari ha vo urabani oyo miragwa amleta na oswe Biafra ekotori noko ehana lakabure na ehana obi Finlandi oyakada he ehana wele ede ujegbirini le mena upovo ridwe edera emena be kuive ehana obodigo idonole oyibo ametane anye aka metana woki pole ike vikpalbo ovehana opolo esosolo ke me soso vele hana aka ke donor oyibo sene $10,000 then opolo ive aka ke $5,000 opolera aka ke $2,000 hali Biafra na ubodele haramleta na eko kokigo pone Biafra na waivu vielana pena sawo mrigo wobe Biafra eko tolole ramleta na oka nera bani pona jobi o ma bera bani so bitu awan je kweta na weja bani kubo kugbe urubo na bena awan mleta na Biafra esewo mu urubo ovovo wado
Isoko wado mana wado wade ehajo ruto lobetero mavia evenube na 2024 eva ede udegbo izi eva amara pegbovo bifiho edesa eva amara pegbive ehanana oyo odibo no no vizi ro rufo maro somai ba ho emi Biafra na mabetemerie na de manigbo in Nigeria na ona oro maroviano na wako magbe re majeve hana owo ezaro no obetero mavia eva ezaro na owo no barobo atreko igo ere ibo na se dollar na wotekwo magbe ehana na otiwo makowe worede uvenana ori uvenana rewo ko magbe re abeteza ezaro na ovetegwo agogo somai ovetegwo uzuazo somai keme matewu fo mamino matigbe brenu matigbe viovio jaha ere atane mevo wa ko magbe wade ijo isoko wado.
Every day, we the bread go to go kick up your man. So make we win, oh, to them. You win, you win, you win, we know. You win, you win, you win, we know. For Biafra, we know. Raffle draw, we know.
Alright guys, listen up. There's a lot of noise out there. Call it propaganda, blackmail, whatever you want. But don't let any of it shake you. No matter what they say, no matter what they try, Biafra's story isn't going anywhere. Freedom doesn't die just because someone tries to stomp it out. December 2nd, 2024 is fast approaching. It's not just another date, it's the date. The moment everything we've been fighting for comes alive. See, history's always been shaped by those who refuse to give up. Look around, you know what I mean? Some might tell you to sit back and blend in. But look where they got us in the past. It's those who stood tall, the ones who refused to be silenced, that made change happen. And guys, that's the spirit we need now more than ever. This is Biafra, and Biafra means not backing down. Now, let's take a moment to think about what it's gonna be like on December 2nd. Just imagine it. The world's watching, trying to figure out if Biafra will rise. And yes, all eyes will be on us, on the rising sun, on a people who refuse to give in, refuse to lose hope. You gotta stay focused. Keep the vision locked. Because when that day comes, you won't want to look back and think, man, I should have believed just a little more. You know, history books are filled with stories of people who had a chance and took it, didn't wait for things to look easy or safe, just like those who held on to their vision of freedom even when it looked impossible. That's where Biafra stands right now, right on the brink of something massive. Dear Biafrans, there's no stopping what's about to happen. The journey's been tough, no doubt, with propaganda coming at us from every direction, threats piling up, and a relentless flood of blackmail aimed at shaking our spirits. But here's the real deal. We stay the course. Because December 2nd, 2024, is right around the corner. Biafra's restoration isn't a maybe. It's a reality. You know, when you're fighting for freedom, you gotta expect resistance. Take any liberation movement in history. Think about the American Revolution or even the fall of apartheid in South Africa. These were battles where the people didn't back down, no matter how hard the opponents tried to knock them off course. Now, it's our turn. They're gonna say everything to discourage us, twist facts, and paint Biafra as a lost cause. But we know better, don't we? We're seeing it all unfold with our own eyes. We're the generation that's making this happen. And let's be real, December 2nd isn't just another date on the calendar. It's the day we've been waiting for, the day when all these years of resilience, of fighting back against suppression, come to fruition. You're gonna hear the skeptics, the critics, and the doubters in these last weeks leading up. But let's stay grounded. Let's remember why we started this. The rising sun's been on the horizon for too long, and now, it's breaking through. And wait a minute, let's take a second to think about this. Once Biafra's fully restored, think of the ripple effects. Imagine what it would mean for Africa, for other nations fighting to reclaim their identities. This isn't just about one people or one place. This is a statement. This is history in the making. So guys, keep your eyes on the prize, and know that the light at the end of this journey is brighter than any obstacle they throw our way.
You are all invited to the Aludo State de facto government in Homeland Fort fundraising. Purpose of the event, to support Finland Convention for Biafra Redeclaration. Date Friday 8 November 2024, time 7 p.m. Biafra land time, venue online via Zoom link. Mechuku Okike Abiyama bless you for yielding to this noble call.
Biafra. Raffle BFR, Raffle Jingle, my people, follow who no road. His Excellency Simon Ekpa Njoku, na him they carry us enter Biafra. He they play the show, no be lie. The good guy, Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government, in exile, when they for Obodo Yibo, Finland, with him government, na him they do the wonder. Say make you join, follow up, he go sweet you for body. Freedom today, better for you and your picking them. I dey tell you,
e can still bring ogbonge raffle draw with big money when you go win. I dey tell you, no be lie. Starting from on the 29th of November, go reach December 3rd. Now this thing dey happen 2024. And make I shock you, the money, it makes sense well. $20 and total winning prize $10,000. A first prize $5,000, third prize $2,000. BFR, no sit down, no sit down look na dog name. They want from here gather money to build Biafra where you they cry for sins. You go also win too, no play.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for being there. All these informations are very necessary. These are activities that are lined up for us that we must follow as we wait for the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra. We have to continue to fund this very project. It's a very heavy one, a very heavy project. Nobody anywhere is funding the restoration of Biafra. No man, no organization, no country is funding it. It is the Biafran people themselves that are funding it. But our enemies are surprised how we are making so much progress with little or no fund. With the little things we are getting, progress is huge. They can't believe. That is why they continue to accuse people of funding the restoration of Biafra. But it is the Biafran people. Those little contributions you are making every weekend, this is what brought us this far. So wherever you are as a Biafran, it is your responsibility to do your own part. No matter how little, little drop of waters can form an ocean. By the time we drop little by little, before you know it, it will generate something big. And today you can see the progress that being made. With little contribution, you have seen huge progress that even the enemy, they are doubting how we manage to get to that level. That will show you the faithfulness of the government of Biafra, the faithfulness of the leadership of Biafra today. Under the command of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, you have no excuse not to support the restoration of Biafra. The only option we have is to exit the zoo. That is the only option. There is no other option that we have except to exit the zoo. And under the new dimension, on the command of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, the exit journey has started. All you have to do is to key in. Don't allow anybody to confuse you or deceive you. The battle has started and we're going to fight until the last man standing, and victory is sure. Let us hear this message from our supreme leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have left us so many informations. The only man today that is capitalizing and building on those information is Mazen Simon Ekpa, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Biafra and our prime minister. He is the one building on that foundation. Every other person out there that claims to be with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu today have abandoned everything that has spoken by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They have abandoned the legacy of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They have abandoned the laid down rules and the foundation that was built for us to restore Biafra. And they are chasing shadows. Some of them have turned to politicians. Some of them are even going into political party. It's a shame. That is why we have to refer back to remind you of where we are coming from. Let us listen to this message from our Prime Minister, our Supreme Leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu.
The same way they used Okadibo to rubbish Zeke. I remember Okadibo in MPN calling Zeke a mosquito, or the rant of a mosquito, or whatever. The same people killed Chuba Okadibo. A very brilliant mind, once again. More recently, they now use the same criminals, now clamoring for Igbo presidency. You see them not, Igbo presidency. You think they have something upstairs. They have nothing upstairs. All of them. Omahi wants Igbo. Omahi, yes. You want Igbo presidency? Oh, Oju Sokalo, you want Igbo presidency? Oh, maybe even Nwobodo, you want Igbo presidency? Yes. Now let me ask you a question. When Ekwueme came out to contest in 1999 Igbo presidency, what did you do in Jos, Oju Sokalo? You betrayed Ekwueme. You voted for Obasanjo. Jos PDP convention in 1999. So that time, Igbo presidency wasn't good. Wasn't good enough. It's now that you want it, yes? And now let us go to Dave Umahi. Your own brother Peter Obi who contested with Atiku under your own political party. You were in PDP, but you delivered Ebonyi State to APC against your own brother. Now you want to contest because you felt that should P2B go and succeed and become VP to Atiku, after 8 years or thereabout, or after 4 years, P2B will naturally succeed and become the president of the zoo, thereby spoiling your own chances. What did you do? What did you do, I ask? You campaigned against your own brother, against your own fellow Igbo brother. Now you're talking about Igbo presidency. I just want to prove to the world that these people are just criminals, a gang of thieves, all of them. After campaigning against Ekwueme, all of them, do you know that the entire PDP caucus from the East never voted for Ekwueme? So they were asking themselves, how come your own brothers don't want to vote for you? Or Joseph Carlo was there. Some people are championing, he should be the president. But Ekwueme served Shagari very well. Never stole a dime. In fact, bankrolled MPN. He was a multimillionaire and is very successful architect in the USA before he came back. Very wealthy man. Ekwueme. Ojo Zokalo, did you vote for Ekwueme in 1999? Now that you're campaigning for Igbo presidency, was Ekwueme running for Igbo presidency? Igbo presidency is our turn. When your brother Peter Obi was campaigning, did you campaign for him? Did you vote for him? Despite the fact that he is your brother in the same political party. That is why all this your nonsensical Igbo presidency is dead on arrival. When we were doing Biafra, did you support anybody? Instead, you call the army to come and kill us. And now you want us, you want to go to Abuja. You send their force now, they'll bring they'll bomb everybody to death. They are Igbo presidency, useless set of idiots, traitors and betrayers. Jim Wobodo, in 1999 in Jos, you were speaking Hausa against your own brother, Ekwueme. You are speaking Hausa. In Jos in 1999, you campaigned against your brother. Now you are talking about Igbo presidency. Oh, dear me. Igbo presidency, there, useless people. There is something I want to tell all of you. We hope, pray, and know that Biafra will come, or the zoo will be destroyed before 2023. Of course, everybody knows that. It's given. COVID-19 saved them last year. We won't save them again. This year, the vaccine is out. Instead of an Igbo man to be the president, or Yoruba for that matter, let Fulani continue. It is called Mirina Mohuana Manna Yupu. Since you people prefer to be slaves, because if we allow any of you idiots to enter into Asarok, after about 4 or 5 years or 6, Fulani will take it back for eternity. You would have benefited from your own wickedness and evil. So you know what is going to happen? If Fulani are smart enough, they should continue. Everyone saw what happened all over the world. Rigging of election these days is just is given. It is no longer a big deal. As long as you're proclaimed the winner, that's it. If Fulani are very smart, they will continue in office. They will continue in the zoo, in their zoo. Of course, we are living. We're not going to stay there. That is why you don't want to support Biafra. Because of presidency. So you and your friends can now be eating money. You buy your own houses in Dubai. You want to be like Atiku. You want to be like, your wife want to be like, what's her name? Aisha. Flying private jet to Dubai for shopping. Meanwhile, we are dying. We want people to understand this. DSS especially, no matter how many groups, fake groups you create, because every day you create a fake group. Igbo, Ohaneze, Igbo in the diaspora, including men and women and children. This.
You heard the message is clear. The supreme leader of IPOB have always stood his ground. He has nothing to do with Nigerian politics. The politicians can never ever be trusted. These are individuals, fraudsters. These are people that are selfish, self-centered. People who do not have their own people at heart. It is about them, and about them alone. Their so-called Igbo presidency, you have heard it. Mazen Nannekano never supported it at any time. It is only about our freedom. All we want is our own freedom, to be on our own. create a government of our own and run our own things the way we want. That has been the message of Mazen Nandika. But today, surprisingly, people are using the organization that Mazen Nandika created to form a political party, and they call it political wing. Is it not madness? Is it not madness? And they expect me to talk about them? No, we don't have time for them. It is very clear. They have made their choice. And so be it unto them as they have chosen. They are going to meet the consequence of their choice. And that choice they have made, we haunt them for the rest of their life. We have enough messages to follow and do what we have to do. Mazen Nandeka made it very clear that it's either Biafra or that. Either he gets Biafra or he dies fighting for Biafra. That is where we are today. That is where we are today. When we are demanding for the freedom of Mazen Nandeka, at the same time, we have to pursue the restoration of Biafra, because it is only the restoration of Biafra that will guarantee the freedom of Mazen Nandeka. If you think that they're going to release Mazen Nandeka just because you are telling them to release it, you are wasting your time. When you forget about fighting for the freedom of Biafra and you focus on the release of Mazen Nandeka, they have gotten what they want. Number one, they have stopped you from talking about Biafra or working towards the establishment of Biafra. They have put the hand of the clock 100 years back. And they will not have enough time to plan their evil. But under the command of our Prime Minister Samuel, they have seen that the kidnap of Mazen Nandeka today have drawn the Biafra closer than they can ever imagine. Today we have a date, 2nd of December. That question, that long-asked question will be answered. When is Biafra going to come? After 2nd of December, it will be a different ballgame. As for the release of Mazen Nandeka, it's guaranteed Mazen Nandeka will be released. If you remember the answer that was given by the Ambazonian leader when he was asked, what are you doing to release your own leader? He told them what he is doing. That once Ambazonia is free, their leader will be free. That he continued to pursue the freedom of Ambazonian people. He asked them to their face, why are you believing on the court of the enemy? Why are you trusting on the court of the enemy? What do you think that your enemy can do for you? Absolutely nothing. There is nothing good that can come from your enemy. And let me see if I can lay my hand on that video and play it. I think, I don't know where I kept the video. I would have played it for you to know that the only way for us is to continue to pursue the restoration of independence of Biafra. There is no angle. There is no shortcut. There is no man or woman that is going to come to speak on your behalf or to fight for you. Only you will fight for yourself. And that is why today we are doing everything humanly possible to see that Biafra is restored. Because we know we have no place in the zoological republic of Nigeria. We have no place in the zoo. And we don't want to play into their deception. They can continue to deceive themselves for all I care. We are not part of the zoo, and we will never be part of the zoo. Let us hear this portion of the message of our Supreme Mazen Nandeka once again.
So you know it. And what is my crime? I had a meeting with all the governors of the Southeast. And the day I was having this meeting, this same man who was accosted in Nuremberg was upstairs, listening to our conversation. Some of you don't even know what transpired when I attended that very meeting with the governors in the company of Professor Ben Wabeze and Evangelist Elliot Uko. They are my witness. They are there. What did I ask for? Do you know what I asked for? Common second Niger bridge to build Onisha Enugu Road, build Iguacha Enugu Road, to open Warri Seaport, open Iguacha Seaport, open Calabar Seaport, open Calabar Airport, open make Enugu more viable. That's all I asked for.
and I'll lift election boycott. That's all. I don't even ask them to give me Biafra. Do you know these people could not take this to Asarok because they were terrified to bring infrastructure, to bring development to their own people? They were frightened of the Fulani he-goat in Asarok, which is, of course, Abakiyari, because then Buhari was dead and Jubilee had come in. Now you understand it very clearly. Ask them, did I ask for Biafra to warrant sending the army to come and kill me? I asked for employment opportunities for those who are unemployed, for the teeming graduates we have who cannot find work anywhere. That's what I asked for. They have the papers. Go and ask them. When you met Nnamdi Kanu in Enugu, in Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi's conference room, did he ask for Biafra? The answer is no. I asked for very common. I said, go and bring something for our people. But all they cared about was their family and their clothes. 2,000 naira the charge card on social media. IPOB was busy dying to make your lives better. That's all we have been doing. And today, as I speak, this very night, Enugu Airport will be closed down. Has Modo complained? No. Do you know why? They want us to fly through Lagos, fly through Abuja, and every flight comes in the evening. So you lodge in a hotel. You improve the economy of the West and of the North. But we have no airport anymore. Some of you don't know this. It's all been lost in the hoo-ha about Nuremberg.
All these informations are for you to know how far we have gone. For you to know where we are coming from. Before we go to the extent where we no longer believe on anything. There's no sensible Biafran today that will claim to be a flow of Mazen Nanikam, and yet you are paying attention to a politician. You must be insane. You must be insane. If you are a follower of Mazen Nandekano and you are still paying attention to politicians up to the extent of creating a political wing, you are sick. You are sick in your head. You don't know what you are doing. Every one of us as Biafrans, we have to know that is only one way out. And the only way out is for us to continue to pursue our freedom. There is no freedom in Nigeria. There is no freedom in the hand of these politicians. There is no freedom in Nigerian politics. Freedom is with the Biafran government in exile. Under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Samoneba, get that into your skull. Your hatred doesn't matter. As I have said, you don't choose a leader because you love him, because he's from your area, because he's handsome, rich. You choose people because they are equal to the task. They have what it takes. Today, the Prime Minister, Mazi Samoneba, have proven himself. The only thing he can do today is to submit and fall behind the government of Biafra. And it is very amazing and wonderful that the door is open. We bear no grudges against anybody. Especially the Biafran people. We bear no grudges against, whether you are a politician or not. All we are asking is that you do the right thing. That is the only thing we're asking. We have no grudges against anybody. Whether you are a politician, whether you are a traditionalist or whatever, we don't have any problem. But where we have a problem is that when you are working with our enemies to keep us oppressed and keep us down, when you are supporting and following the agenda to keep the people down, we are going to come against you with every strength in us, and I bet you, you will not survive it. If you retrace your step and embrace the olive branch that the Prime Minister have always extended to you, you will be welcome. Today, the Prime Minister have extended a special invitation to all the politicians to join us in Finland during the convention that is going to start on the 29th of November till 3rd of December. You are invited. The invitation is there in a clear way. Send your documents, send your informations, and preparation will be for you. He even promised to pay your flight tickets so that you don't give any excuse. If you have any question to ask, face him face to face and ask questions. Look into his eyes and ask him questions. Come to the convention. The invitation is open. Apply, pass through the process, and you will be there. In this restoration of Biafra, it is not about an individual. It is about the government of Biafra. It is about our collective interest, the interest of the people. Just like our Prime Minister said yesterday, that everybody is going to get his reward according to what he has done against Biafra, not even against himself. The Prime Minister made this clear, that he's not fighting against you because you spoke against him. What you are doing against him, maligning of his name, abusing him, insulting him, it doesn't make any sense. You will be judged with the law of Biafra according to what you did against the government of the people. Whatever grudges you have against him, personal beef, doesn't matter. And that can never come to play. We are building a nation where human beings can function as human beings. A nation where people will be respected. Those of us who were on X yesterday, you saw the unveiling of our ID card. The Biafran ID card was unveiled, and the whole world saw it. That is to show the world how prepared we are. That is to show the world how prepared we are. That we are not going to relent. That we are going to do everything humanly possible to push our message through. Biafrans are not only building a nation, but a nation that will compete with other nations of the world. The preparation for the restoration of Biafra is coming. The freedom is coming. The exits have started. It is not a question of maybe or maybe. And it is very clear that freedom can never ever come from the zoo. Freedom is going to come from diaspora. And I want to hear it. I want you to hear it and hear it clearly from the Prime Minister of Biafra. It's a clear message. Get that, get it straight.
I will be here to fight because freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is coming from abroad. Freedom is coming from the United Nations. Freedom is coming from Washington, D.C. Freedom is coming from the European Union. Freedom is not coming from Africa. Freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is not coming from Abuja. Freedom is coming from America. It's coming from Europe. You don't know that, know it. No matter how sad and bad it sounds. But that is the fact. So why should I go to Nigeria where freedom is not coming from? It's coming from here. I will be here. Biafra freedom will come from diaspora. I promised them for many years, since 2021, that I will bring the Biafra freedom from diaspora. I want you to look around yourself. Is it not coming from diaspora? They thought they have locked everywhere. If you go to Nigeria, they kill you. If you do, they will challenge you. Come to Nigeria, so we'll take you serious. Come to Nigeria. Because I will not come to Nigeria. If you want to die, go and put yourself on hold up. I will not come to Nigeria. I will be here to fight for my people, and I will be here and free my people from Nigeria. When Queen Elizabeth was controlling you in Nigeria and doing amalgamation, was she there? Was she there? Queen Elizabeth, the same Londugard, was she there? I will do like her. I will be here and free Biafra, and then I will come to unify Biafra people after Biafra has been recognized. I will be here to fight because freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is coming from abroad. Freedom is coming from the United Nations. Freedom is coming from Washington, D.C. Freedom is coming from the European Union. Freedom is not coming from Africa. Freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is not coming from Abuja. Freedom is coming from America. It's coming from Europe. You don't know that, know it. No matter how sad and bad it sounds. But that is the fact. So why should I go to Nigeria where freedom is not coming from? It's coming from here. Thank you very much.
You have heard it from our Prime Minister, Mazi Samarewa. It's very, very clear. And not just that he said it, you can see the freedom coming. You can see the wave of the freedom. You can see the preparation. You can feel the breeze. You can feel the weight of the freedom coming. Today, you see the zoo running helter-skelter, pushing lies and propaganda. Every single thing that is going to make our freedom a reality is in place. The whole process is ongoing. The multidimensional approach to restore Biafra is on a very high level. The political approach is won already. We are winning in all angles. Politically, we are winning. The self-referendum have recorded huge success. Are you talking about the diplomatic approach? On the diplomatic approach, we are making wave around the world. We have opened up liaison offices across the world. Liaison offices scattered across the world, every one of them registered in the country where they are domiciled. You can see the Biafran lobbyists lobbying heavily in DC. What else do you want to see for you to believe? On self-defense, you can see on self-defense that Biafrans are doing great, defending the land of Biafra. The Liberation Army of Biafra is defending the land heavily. What else do you want to see? Already we have a date, as you have been asking, when will this Biafra come? The convention is going to come up 29th up until 3rd of December. On the 2nd, to be precise, the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will happen. After then, it will be a different ball game. The eviction of the zoo and the delegitimization of Nigeria have already started. Why wouldn't you support Biafra? Why wouldn't you support the Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa? Why are you still looking behind? Even when you have seen that the government of Nigeria is taken over by the terrorists. The country itself is being taken over by the terrorists. You are seeing Afghanistan scenario playing out in the zoo, and yet you are pretending not to see it. You see the enemies of Biafra. They speak lie. All they want to do is to discourage you. When they come to talk, they wouldn't talk about the people that are losing their life in the northern part of Nigeria. The citizens, the indigenous people that are being driven away from their homes. They are living in IDP camp for years now. More people are driven. Today, a camp is taken over, a training camp, one of the biggest training camps of the military, taken over by the terrorists. They are not worried about it. Nobody cares about it. Lands taken over by foreigners. Nobody cares about it. But they are busy pushing armored tanks to Biafra land. They are busy talking about sit at home as if they care about it. And in sit at home, they are losing money. Sit at home, people are doing business as if they care about it. They don't care. They don't care. When you see them talk against sit at home, they don't care. The only thing they are doing is that they know that the world is paying attention. The world is listening, and they know that the Biafran government is in charge, and the people have lost faith in the so-called zoological republic and whatever they have. That is their worry. It is not that they care about you. When they talk about the sit at home, oh, why are you sitting at home? Why are you stopping? It is not about you. Oh, Igbos are killing themselves. Igbos are not killing themselves. The people that are destroying life in Biafran land is the military. It has been proven with evidence, proven evidence. They burn houses, destroy houses, take innocent life. Of recent, an innocent man was shot. A musician was shot in the open. It was only hard because he's a popular person. If he's not popular, nobody's going to hear it. Thousands of Biafrans are living there and they don't care. Numerous reasons you can see why we must not be part of this zone. And if you still think it's a joke, think again. We will leave the zoo with or without you. I want you to listen to this message from our Prime Minister before we round up the program.
When they tell you that people are suffering in Biafra, you think that they actually care because people are suffering? The answer is no. They don't care shit about you. Sorry about my language. They don't care. These people don't care if you die. How many people have died in northern Nigeria? Do they care? Are they not human beings? Are they not Nigerians again? Do you see them showing any concern? The answer is no. They share concern in the southeast. Oh, people are dying for sit at home. No! They actually understand the consequences of the sit at home as a vote of no confidence and as a loss of territory and legitimacy to the Biafra people. That's what they are shouting about. Not because of you. The people that threaten to lock your shop if you don't open, does that show care? So what sense does it make? If you did not open your shop, we are going to lock it. So is that how to show you love? That you must open your shop, otherwise they are going to lock it. They are actually threatening you, doing the thing they are accusing Biafra of doing. So if you do not open your shop, we are going to lock it. And if you open one and you don't open, they will lock it for 1 month. You will never, they will see your shop forever, and you will not sell again. Does that show you that they actually love you? So if somebody who actually cared at you are not going to shop to make money, is it by locking it up if you don't go? The answer is no, because they never care. They only care about restoring this particular integrity they have lost to Biafra government. That's all.
The message is very clear. We are all saying the same thing. If you decide to be a slave, it is your choice. If you want to be free, choose for yourself this day who you will be with. It is a battle between good and evil. The choice is yours to make. We are not going to force you to make the choice. You can only take the horse to the river, but you can't force the horse to drink the water. It is clear. The battle on the planet Earth today is battle between good and evil. The Biafran battle is battle between good and evil. Choose for yourself where you belong. May Chukwu Okike Abiam continue to guide and protect every one of us. As we are rounding up, let us hear, lastly, from our Supreme Leader, Mazen Nandeka, again.
Fulani Janjaweed can overwhelm us is by dividing us. If you are an agent of Fulani Caliphate, if you have come to do the bidding of Fulani Janjaweed in our land, I am asking you this very evening to retrace your steps. Because again, starting from this very day, anywhere Biafrans are killed, any governor, any police commissioner who tolerates the massacre of innocent people will pay very dearly for it. Will pay very, very dearly for it. Do not underestimate our resolve. Because this evening, first of all, I speak as a human being who is possessed of a compatriot spirit and empathy with the suffering of human beings everywhere, especially in the zoo that Britain created called Nigeria. Second, I speak as a witness to the suffering of Biafrans at the hands of their so-called fellow citizens in the zoo called Nigeria. And what we want to make abundantly clear is that we are warning everybody who is a stakeholder in the zoo about our determination and our resolve to ensure that our land is defended. This is a resolution we have reached, and it is cast in stone.
You have heard from our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandeka. We have reached a resolution that is cast in stone, and that resolution is to defend Biafra land. And I ask you, who is the one holding onto that resolution today to defend Biafra land? That is the question. That was our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandeka giving that warning and notice to the world. You cannot take the life of a Biafran and go free. That the Biafrans have reached a resolution to defend our land. And he said that resolution is cast in stone. When something is cast in stone, you know what it means. I ask you, who is the one today standing on that resolution that has been spoken about by the Supreme Leader of IPOB? It is nobody but the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Ekpa, and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. If you care about Biafra, you care about your freedom, support the Prime Minister, support the Biafra government, and I bet you'll be glad you did. Finally, get this from our Prime Minister.
Simon Ekpa is not looking anybody's face. The only person I respect in this struggle is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I gave him my word that I will never disappoint him. Before you pick a fight, ọkpụkpụ mbụ abụrụ ọkpụkpụ na anọ mmadụ n'onu onye ahụ ka dị ndụ. No. Ọkpụkpụ nke mụ ọ nọrọ gị n'onu ogbuo gị pii. No matter what, you can't take it out. Agbago mụ Nigeria n'onu. Gbaa ndị iro Biafra n'onu. Gbaa ndị si na Biafra agaghị abịa in 2023 n'onu. Arọ ma ha n'onu na-akụ ha wọwọ. Woto woto. Ọkpụkpụ a, you can never swallow it and you can never bring it out. So I want you people to understand that propaganda is ongoing. They even say they are signing petition to arrest Simon Ekpa. I do not know, what kind of petition they are signing to arrest Simon Ekpa for other reasons. These people don't understand that we are actually in freedom fighting. Freedom fighting where we do not validate Nigeria state. We are fighting for our freedom. Nigeria state have committed war crime, genocide, crime against humanity in our land, leading us to take the decisive decision we are taking today. And every necessary measure will be taken to make sure that we save Biafrans from Nigeria. Come 2023.
Like this, you will be infected. If you eat me as a meat, or cancer kineri, you know cancer maybe, or you cancer you finish again, come and eat me as a meat. If you eat me and go to sleep and wake up, you know, you can't eat me.
Fellow Biafrans, thank you so much for being with me on this program. I appreciate everyone that have been patient with us from the beginning to the end. May Chukwu continue to guide and protect every one of us. Thank you for being part of the program. And I will see you again tomorrow. May Chukwu guide and protect you, secure you, keep you until Biafra comes. May Chukwu guide and protect our Liberation Army, the resistant fighters, the strike force, the Black Marine. May Chukwu guide and protect the de facto government, the whole land, and all the officials. May Chukwu come and protect all our media warriors that are speaking on different platforms and their families, all our speakers on different platforms. May Chukwu come and protect them. May Chukwu come and protect every member of the Biafran government cabinet. More wisdom, knowledge, understanding, strength, protection. I pray for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. I pray for wisdom. I pray for strength. I pray for knowledge. I pray for revelation. I pray for divine protection. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. He will never dash his foot against a stone. Every trap they set for him will catch them. Every hole they dug for him, they will fall into it. I pray for my supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Okike to guide and protect our supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I pray for good health. I pray for strength. I pray for revelation for him. I pray for healing for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I pray that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will join us very, very soon. I pray that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will have more strength. We are going to celebrate him in his lifetime as a hero. No evil shall come to him. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafra shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I appreciate every one of you that have been patient with me from the beginning of this program to this time. I will see you again tomorrow, same time. If you have time, you can join us in the evening on the other channel, Exodus Hard Talk TV, Biafra Exodus Hard Talk TV. If you have time, join us in the evening. we will continue from that side. Or if you cannot be able to join at the beginning, tomorrow morning, be here, same time, and we will continue. Thank you and stay blessed. Remain blessed. See you again.
ekelekwa nga ekele ọnụ dodoli sabọna kpọnụ m ekele ego mmụọ ka ibe enu ọkụzi egwebe m ndị ekwuribe anyị nụ ọnụ m ekelekwa agụ ọnụ m ekelekwa agụ ọnụ m ekelekwa agụ na ngwụ wọbata obie na ngwụ wọbata obie ma bụletara anyị Biafra ka obi eduru anyị nụ alụrụ egbu ome na ndị na-eme m ife alụrụ egbu ome bụletara m Biafra ka obi dị m mma dodoli ọkụ ife ịgbalụ n'akwa ka nna ya ogolo olu sigba elu nya ka obi dị m mmanụ mmanụ afagharị tinye ịkpa m n'akpa metenarị n'ife ime m n'aka memenarị n'ife ịkpazie m n'ọnụ ma ekwu narị iri n'okwu nnu isi na ihe bịa convention kemgbe 29 Novemba na Latinu na abatara Disemba 3 declare anyị Biafra anụ nwezi ka imelu m ka obi dị m mma n'afagharị isi na iwe eze akpata n'obi onye a na-akpọ nwere ife ọ na-eme na-azabata n'obi nwere ife ọ na-eme na-azabata n'obi ụda adụ mmanụ ife ife abịanụ ewetara anyị Biafra be anyị nụ oge adị anyị mmanụ anyị emerụ ka isi emeri ma mere anyị ka anyị si emenụ asị aka nnukwu akaebe akwa aka nni dodoli mere anyị kiri na akwa ya esoghị na asụsụ tie gị ikenu isi na egbe ebiri n'elu anyị edebe na ala anyị edebe n'elu onye si na ọ na-afọ anyị eme ya ọfụ n'anya anyị ọkwa isi na onwe ka anyị si kwado ori anyị eme ya ibe ha afụ n'anya nụ onye si na nke anyị na-eme ya adụ ma ya nwere ike eti na nke anyị nụ onye si na isi na awa gara eji nke ewere na aja nụ dodoli ekelekwa gị eke ụbọchị eke na-aga alụrụ ọfọ dodoli ma gbalụ nguzu ụbọchị ekenu ma mmadụ ya edoko oge elu ụmụ ma nwa alụrụ oju bụ kọngochasịara ụnụ dodoli na-atọ n'ịcha anaka ugo na mmiri mmanụ ugo na-atụ ugo alụ ụlọ onye ka na-ada ka na gọlụ ụta bụ ụbọchị ekenu eke kee ikpe eke weta ife ọmarị ọdụ m ekelekwa gị n'okwu ekwe ego na ọmaka ya emere unu na mkpụrụ ọgwụ ya apụ apụ mkpata ọbata ya apụ apụ wee mkpa ahụ mmụọ na-apụ apụ mmụọ oge nnu siri na agwa alụmokwu n'afagharị gwa m ife ma agwa ike obi dị gị mma n'olu eri maka ịkpa m na ọkpa mejenarị unu ife na ịkpa m n'aka maka tụrụ ọbụla ya alụghị ọbara tụrụ eri ife na-ekwu n'anya arị atịna iso na ndị odi ndị akara anọghị ngwamele anyị ka obi dị anyị mmanụ na Naijiria adọzi ọnọdụ ori maka na mmetụta sị obodo afọ na manya natakwa erio mana ibu natara eri afọ na ọnọdụ eri dodo ọdụ na-ekelekwa ahụ na eze agụtara obi ọnụm ekelekwa ego ọgbakọbalụ m na nwere mgbe ịgbalụ ndị zu ọsọ dodo ori na ha ma ifọdọgwu na-ele ha nụ iwe chiri medal atụratara ha si anyị chọrọ ime ka ha fụ n'anya arị mgbabunatara Biafra ka obido ụmụ mmanụ bunatara Biafra ka obido ụmụ mmanụ na-atụkwa n'azụ ụgbọ m ife oyimi na akọ n'oyi ihe emelụ m ka obido ụmụ mmanụ enweghị ihe ọgụ n'okwu eyi sikpụtara Biafra ka anyị nwee n'onwe anyị dodo ori ekele n'ọlụ m na ndị ka anụ ebe o nyere ka igwe kwụsị anyị soro ụlọ anyị eme ka a gwara anyị dodo ori otu unu mmanụ tiri iwe zabata n'obi ịkpatabachi n'obi nụ ka e bụrụ mgbọrọgwụ na obi eyi ma mere anyị emerụ oyi Finland be anyị o ndị lachi onu m ekelekwa unu elezasa stọp onu m ekelekwa ego faụnda onu m ekelekwa ego adanda bụ na ndị ekele onu m ekelekwa ego achara ube nwaanyị ọgba ngebe oyibo nụ onu m ekele egu n'okwu eyi nwakọba ka esi eme ọdịnala dodori ọnụ m ekelekwa unu donu ka ọnụ m kelekwala unu ka unu ha wee kpuchie ya onu m ekelekwa unu ndị muvin tren onu m ekelekwa unu lizin ọfisa n'obodo niile onu m ekelekwa unu ndị banyị nọ France onu m ekelekwa unu Germany onu m ekelekwa unu ndị obodo unu onu m ekelekwa unu onu m ekelekwa unu na-eme ka obi dịrị mma n'akanụ ọdụ anyị ji ebe ọnụ ekelekwa nga ekele ọnụ dodoli
Simon ọkpọnụ ekele ego nwoke ibe ego ọkụ si egwebe m ndị ekwuru be anyị nụ ọnụ m ekelekwa agụ ọnụ m ekelekwa agụ ọnụ m ekelekwa agụ na ngwụ nwabata obie na ngwụ nwabata obie ma bụletara anyị Biafra ka obi edere anyị nụ alụrụ egbu ome na ndị na-eme m ife alụrụ egbu ome bụletara ndị Biafra ka obi dị ụmụ mmadụ odori ọkụ ife ịgbalụ n'akwa ka nna ya owulo olu sigba na elu nya ka obi dị ụmụ mmanụ mmanụ afagharị tinye ịkpa m n'akpa metenarị n'ife ime m n'aka memenarị n'ife ịkpazie m n'ọnụ
onye kwuru ka a na-eme ọgbata obi ihe kwuru ka a na-eme ọya ọwụ nna m ihe bụ ụwa agụ chụpụsịrị ndị zoo polisi na checkpoint na Biafra land
o nwere ka ị ga-esi tigide ụmụazị ihe ofe ụbọchị ha kwụrụ kwechiri ọhịa anyị na-emekọta anyị nụcha ọgụ a anywhere afọrọ ihe yiri ndị Biafra mgbe Usman Dan Fodio buru agha nke ya wee bata wee gbugide ndị ugwu wee gbuchie ha wee were ana ha sọnsọ that story ahụ akụkọ ahụ bụ ihe a na-akọrọ anyị akọgide aka ka Usman Dan Fodio si wee gbuchie ndị ugwu o wee bụzi ya datina onye sizi n'ugwu Awụsa wee pụta maa gị ụra n'ala Igbo isisi agbakwana ejekwana dị ọgụ na ọ na-agbakwa daga maka ọrụ ihe a kọrọ anyị ndị a were egwu Igbo onye Awụsa maa gị ụra ịgbachi ya nkịtị maka na ịma na ọ ga-ama gị daga mana ọ macha gị daga ahụ nwe ihe ị ga-eme ndị a wee were ụjọ wee jide anyị wee na-dagbuo onye ugwu mee gị ihe ịgbachi nkịtị ị na-edi ya mana onye nwanne gị bụ onye Igbo mee gị ihe o wee Biafra mee gị ihe isi ka egbuo ya nkịta nke echi maka na ịma na ọ naghị ama daga aga m agwa unu na daga anyị kịta abụrụzi against ndị Igbo daga anyị kịta bụ against ndị ahụ bịara ube anyị igbu anyị otu Usman Dan Fodio style anyị ga-ama ha ivu eva n'ụwa niile a daga niile ha malụ n'ugwu Awụsa anyị ga-amakarị ha nwasef ebe a ka anyị nọ amachazi ya ewerezi onwe ya will now begin to idozi ana anyị dozie ana Igbo dozie ana Biafra ọ dịla anyị mma maka na ihe anyị na-achọ ka ọ dị onye ọbụla na mma ka ihe niile a na-eme na-aga aga onye nwere isi ọgụgụ ọ gụọ onye nwere isi eji alụpụta ihe o mee ya na-alụ ya na-afọ ya na ya na-eme kọmpetishọn n'ọhịa na-eme ka ụwa dị mma onye ọbụla na-egori ndewo otu unu kwenu kedu ihe a na-akpọ ya sef
otu nnọkọ
ezinụlọ kwenu otu nnọkọ ezinụlọ kwenu Biafra kwezuonu asị egwu nalọmịtọ
ọbata obi iji ya odogwu nwoke ọ ga-adịrị gị na mma nna m ọbata obi daalụ a sị na onye na-eme
ụbọchị taa ụbọchị gị ọbata obi ụmụ Igbo ya echiwe gị ọzọ today ikwete na ọ na-eme
ọbata obi daalụ nna m a sị na onye na-eme ka m si eme ka m na-akpọ ọyịm ọma nke bụ eziokwu bụ ndị izu ndị ha yiri anyị egwu kpọọ ya anyị ụjọ n'ahụ mana ịgwaghị eziokwu kamgbe ụmụazị m wee kweghị n'ụjọ ahụ that is why mbelecha anya like this obi aṅụrị na-akpa m ọ kachasị otu isi wee kwechikwuoro ebe ndị afọ nja nọ na-agwa ha eziokwu ọkwa ifuru sinsi iji agwa ha eziokwu ha anaghịzi abịa amanya anyị ụjọ ha na-amanya anyị bikos anyị ekwechirigo nna m daalụ nwoke ọma, akwụ gị n'azụ ọmaka ma elu gị.
ndewo maazị onye isi ala anyị ha sị na ịda asụ Igbo mana a ga-emecha kweta taa maka na ihe ndị Igbo ka anyị nọ.
Ndị na-ekwu ihe a nwere ya ka m asụ Igbo ha na-asụ Igbo, ha na-asụ ụdị Igbo nna asụ, ha na-asụ Igbo Abakaliki.
Mba nọ.
Ịma nke ma nke ọzọ.